Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting the final game here between StrawHatz and DMC. This was a best of 3 and the game has come down to the final match here. We have Team DMC versus StrawHatz. For some reason, the Frag Squad is coming up here, but that's okay. StrawHatz take the second game, whereas DMC took the first game. They're going into the third game now. This is the match for the third place.
10 seconds remain.
And
Radiant team ban.
Naga Siren coming in as the first ban from DMC. Let's see what StrawHatz have in mind. Templar Assassin, first ban. Fighting for the third place spot here. DMC versus StrawHatz live right now. Second ban pick for DMC coming in any second. They are taking their sweet time picking. And Pudge has been banned. Let's see what on the other side what StrawHatz think. Ooh, look at that. Darks here being banned for the third game. Pudge is banned. And let's see the first pick coming in now from Team DMC. Rubik. Rubik, one of my favorite characters to watch here. And Tidehunter. Wow. Rubik, Tidehunter being picked. StrawHatz taking their time, making the second pick here. They really want to think this through. Remember, this is the third place match. The loser of this match will go into the fourth place, of course, and the winner will get the third place.
5 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining here, and they'll be going to reserve time. Reserve time is kicking in. StrawHatz really taking their time. Lone Druid coming in.
Dire team pick.
Very soon we'll have Croc, the main caster of this game, coming in and taking over from my side and going in depth. He has been casting all day here. And ooh, look at that. Invoker and Anti-Mage being picked immediately. Not giving chance for the other team to have the best. These awesome players here. All right. Awesome. I'm really excited about this. Let's get this on. Yeah, Leshrac. My god.
My god.
Kshitij, tell me about Leshrac right now. My god. I'm so excited. Third game. Best of 3, third game between StrawHatz and DMC.
Awesome. Thanks Gautam for covering up for me. This guy is the budding caster from the Lord Nord team. He's gonna make waves come in maybe 2 weeks time from now. Super awesome caster. Remember, his in-game nick is Iron Lund. He also, okay, slippery when wet. And he also goes by Gautam. Work. Anyways, we're back into the Divine Merchants of Chaos versus Frag Squad. Frag Squad also goes by StrawHatz. I'll just rush through the bans and picks here. The first ban coming out from the DMC side is the Naga Siren, followed by a Pudge. And on the StrawHatz team, we have Lanaya and Darkseer being banned. DMC also proceeded to picking up Rubik, Invoker, and Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, Straw Hats picked up Tidehunter, Lone Druid, and Leshrac. They're currently going for the DMC team is currently going for their 4th pick here. The bans have also concluded with following up after Pudge. We have Chaos Knight, Dragon Knight, and Brewmaster banned by the DMC team. Both the Knights being banned. And on the Straw Hats team, we have Queen of Pain, Enigma, and Earthshaker being banned. Well, it's anyone's guess that Zoom has played an exceptional Templar Assassin. That's definitely one of the respect bans that we've seen here. First ban coming out of Straw Hats. Definitely getting that hero out of the pool. DMC not taking a single chance here. They want to secure this game, going for the Invoker, Rubik, and the Anti-Mage. They're securing the 3 of the most powerful heroes here. All they need are supports at this moment. Meanwhile, Straw Hats have gone for the Tidehunter, Lone Druid, and Leshrac. 2 more picks to go. It's DMC's turn to make the 4th pick right now. 50 seconds on board. They have lots of time to think this through. This is the match that decides who will take the 3rd position in this tournament. It's either DMC or Frag Squad, also known as Straw Hats. The DMC team played an amazing game against Oblique Gaming, in which they performed exceptionally well, especially in the 2nd game, but ultimately ended up losing to Oblique Gaming. Venomancer being picked up by the DMC team. And it's actually a very good pick. The best utility hero in the map at the moment, the most picked hero in the International 2. And now it's the turn of Straw Hats to pick their 4th pick. They've already secured their hard carry in the form of Lone Druid here. I sincerely hope they're not going for the Juggernaut again. They have not indeed gone for the Juggernaut. They have chosen Shadow Shaman instead. And that seems a much stable lineup here compared to the one they went in the first game and ended up losing really badly to DMC. It just did not fit well in the first game because of Lone Druid and the Juggernaut both being melee heroes and needing farm. The team just couldn't revolve around them, and the game just couldn't, manifest into something successful for them. 10 seconds on the board for DMC now, and 1.23 seconds, 1 minute and 23 seconds of reserve time for them.
Reserve time.
Sand King comes out as the final pick here. Now is the time for the final pick on the Straw Hat side. They already have they've picked up Tidehunter, a decent, an almost excellent perma pick. Has been picked in every game with that Ravage they can do. A Tiny being picked. Oh my god, that's a huge surprise there. Tiny being played here. In fact, I don't recall seeing Tiny, but again, then I've seen very little of Indian Dota in the past 3-4 months. Tiny, it would be really nice to look out for Tiny now. What role he plays, what kind of role he's going to play here. Either it's a carry, a semi-carry, or he's going for the hard carry build. But I guess they already have a Lone Druid, so that would not be the case. Tiny would probably be going for the semi-carry build, or maybe they could be running a dual carry strategy. It's similar to something like Juggernaut and the Lone Druid that they had running. They had been running in the first game, which failed miserably. But in this case, Tiny with Shadow Shaman, it just might work. Good luck, have fun is the call coming up from DMC team. This is the final game of the best of 3 matches. First match went convincingly to DMC with really awesome gameplay by Zoom with his Templar Assassin. This time he happens to be playing the Invoker, and the Quit Noobs from DMC is actually playing the Mage again. We saw him playing the Mage in the second game versus Oblique Gaming before this round. We have Venomancer, who's on top with him, who's probably going to babysit him, and as well as now the Syllabus Bear is actually scouting and getting all the information about their positioning and all. So far he's not really spot much of them except the 2 of them on top. That too is an unlikely probability. On the bot lane we have Leshrac and Shadow Shaman from Straw Hat's team. Sand King actually picks up the double damage rune and retreats quickly and just gets 1 hit up from Shadow Shaman here. Meanwhile, on bot lane we have Tiny. So it's probably going to be a hard carry strategy here. Tiny being the hard carry here, and Shadow Shaman and Leshrac being the supporters to babysit Tiny here. It's the hard lane, so Sand King has come here. A shackle goes on, level first. Split Earth going down. The popping of right hits. Sand King impales out one hit, just one hit away from his death, and pops off the healing salve almost immediately. Yo is the call, indeed. Yo. Tiny getting his last hits. He's got 3 already. Not really the best conversion rate, but I guess they came really close to the tower. And we have Syllabear on top, who would actually be trying to pull these waves out from here in the middle here and drag them out to his tower here. So that would actually really negate any sort of the creep pulling or that sort of tactics by the Dire team. Now the Syllabear is actually going for the jungles here. He decides that he cannot waste his time trying to stay on top, and he directly goes for the level 5 neutral camp. That's the Ursa Warriors and the Furball champion, and starts whacking at them. Meanwhile, at mid we have Tidehunter, who has taken the mid. It's an odd laning setup here. They have 3 melee heroes, which is always a disadvantage in my opinion. They have a Tidehunter along with a Tiny and a Syllabear. Tidehunter, who's actually running a solo mid. I wonder how he's going to get all those last hits. He isn't in fact getting last hits. He's just got 2 last hits till now. Meanwhile, Invoker sits at 8 last hits along with 4 denies. Shadow Shaman and Leshrac are actually smoked up and they're rotating towards mid now. They might be planning a gank on this Invoker here. They have a ward placed here. We'll just have to see if this actually pans out. Gush goes out. Shadow Shaman in range, gets the shackle off. Anchor Smash coming, Split Earth following up, and right hits going down. Invoker will go down. First blood going in the way of Psycho Max, who's playing Leshrac here. Invoker falls down. Punk is a little too late to get that support up for them. A great gank there. Now they're retreating. Now they're going back towards their bot lane again to babysit this Tiny here. Sand King is doing reasonably well, I guess. One last hit till now, but again he's been dominated by a tri-lane on bot here. This is the only chance that he's got in the entire game so far to actually get some last hits, and that too is under his tower right now. So that's again a difficulty and almost an impossibility to get all of them, unless you have like a level 4 impale or something. But at this level, it's just way too tough. Tiny is getting those last hits, 15 last hits already. And Leshrac and Shadow Shaman have also joined him now to support him. They're pinging towards a pull. A creep pull might be in the process as we speak. The Syllabear is sending his bear back to base to allow him to heal up. And on top we have Anti-Mage actually free farming. He already has 19 creeps to his account. A poor man's shield already being made. Again we see DMC Anti-Mage actually being left alone on top. This is somewhat of a... I mean, we did see a similar game happening where Anti-Mage was left alone at top in a free lane, and on bot there was Crobulus in one of the games. I cannot seem to be recalling that perfectly well right now. And a stack being done here by Syllabear, and he stacked a double wave of neutral creep waves. Top is going to be basically a no action lane where both of them are just going to be farming AFK solos. Meanwhile, they'll have the Venomancer, although would be pulling. He's already stacked up 2 waves already, and now Rubik is joining the farm a little bit. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage has got his Ring of Health and has 416 gold with 27 last hits now. At bot lane we have Tiny, who is now sitting at 24 last hits. Let's take a look at the Sand King. He's decided to actually venture out into the mid lane, hoping to land, a kill on the Tidehunter. The cold snap just ended. A little hasty move there by Invoker, and now Sandking is in trouble. Shackled, split earth, a gush sooner or later, an anchor smash actually, and one shot and Sandking dies to the Diabolic Edict, and one last hit by Shadow Shaman. Poor positioning there. I mean, very hasty decision by Invoker to actually initiate upon that Tidehunter by using Cold Snap before Sandking came there, and Shadow Shaman and the Leshrac were actually had really good map awareness to actually spot that Sand King going towards mid and get him out as soon as they found him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We see a pause coming up. Shadow Shaman has disconnected from the game. We've seen way too many disconnects happening throughout this tournament. In the meanwhile, I'll go ahead and give a shout out to Alienware, Game Victorious, Alienware, the hardware sponsor, along with Dell Computers. Awesome hardware being provided to us. Also, Microsoft Windows 8 is the official operating system partner for us. And we also have Lord Nordcasting Productions. Thank you for having us here. I'm Krog. You might know me from GhostToGamers.net. I'm here for Network Casting as a guest caster here. It's been a hell of an experience, an amazing experience so far, and I'm really enjoying it. The way the Indian Dota has come up and the entertaining games that they've given us are seriously beyond measure here. I mean, I'm really happy. Anyways, on top lane we have a little bit of a defense coming up in the form of a Leshrac who just has his boots up. And Venomancer and Rubik are actually on top, just like they've always been, protecting that anti-mace from any sort of harm that may come his way. And meanwhile, the Syllabare is actually farming pretty good, and he has 20 last hits to his name, and has already reached level 4 and is on the verge of breaking into level 5 here. We see a smoke going up here. Tidehunter along with Shadow Shaman with a Leshrac going on top. We see the markings being made. They want to get these two heroes. Rubik and Venomancer are in trouble. Venomancer has been spot first. They want to go for the Rubik, I guess. Rubik is evading them by going into the secret shop. They're still chasing after Rubik. Goes in with the Ravage, walks in. Leshrac, Chainstorm, and Rubik just TPs out of there. Amazing Ether Shocks, the Diabolic Edict, the Split Earths, everything just taking care of them. 2 down, they get the Mage, they get the Venomancer, but they do not get the Rubik. Rubik fast enough to quickly TP out of there as soon as the Ravage finished. Great play there. 2 kills, and that has definitely paid off. All that movement, all that traveling from and wasting their time, precious time, instead of getting some creeps and XP has been of use after they got those 2 kills, especially on the anti-mage, their hard carry. We again have the Tidehunter who has actually gone for a bottle as we speak. I am not really sure what role Tidehunter is actually playing here, but he seems to be farming really nicely, and he has 18 creeps to his name along with 1 kill and 3 assists. And we also have a Shadow Shaman with an Arcane Boots already, a Leshrac with boots and 300 gold, who's been a complete pure support player with smokes, observer wards, tangos and salves popping up for anyone who needs them. It's again a try at mid, facing up against the Invoker here. He's got his phase boots up with 31 last hits. Let's take a look at the last hit scores. Pings are going up on top. The blue Tiny actually wants to gank top. Let's have a look at Tiny here. Has his phase boots and a robe of Magi and a bottle. He's probably going for that drums of endurance build. He is definitely going to be the carry here, going for that fast Aghanim Scepter and then an assault. Or, there are always options. We've also seen Manta being used on Tiny. We've also seen Maelstrom followed by a Mjolnir used on Tiny. That's also a viable option at the moment. Only time will tell what he does. He actually tries to travel back into the tower, in terms to show some aggression, tosses him up and just comes back, evades the impale. Excellent movement by Tiny. One hit with that double damage, and Sand King falls really low. He just has to land an avalanche now. One avalanche and one hit, and Sand King goes down. Zoom, the invoker comes in, cold snap goes off, the double damage is still on Tiny. He's trying to deny himself from the dragons here and does not succeed. Punk Rubik picking up that kill on Tiny. 1-for-1 trade there. Scores of 5-1 in favor of the StrawHatz team, from also known as Frag Squad for some reason. I don't know what the thing is behind that. The mage is back, has his claymore up, 61 creeps. That's a 61 on mage, and that's almost a 10 creep lead that he has on Tiny. We also have the invoker who's following Tiny with again a 10 creep difference. Syllabear is the only one who's actually jungled efficiently and got 38 hits off and is at par with the invoker here. He's still in the jungle, has reached his level 6 and the level 4 of his bear, of the summon the spirit bear skill. He's got his stout shield and orb of venom on the bear, and on himself he has a boot, basic consumable items, and some iron branches as they call here. Meanwhile, on top we have some action going on. The tower is really low. It could be denied, and it does get denied. Mage gets hexed, Ravage goes off, very close. Shackle comes in, Anchor Smash finishes off the job, Ether Shock finishes off Venomance as well. Now they're trying to race after the Rubik, but he's gone too far. An arcane boost on the Tidehunter, replenishing the mana on all the three of them. A very successful gank here. Again, managing to get 3 heroes over there. Tiny again bottles the haste rune. They're pinging towards the tower here. They really want that tower. Meanwhile, Mage has come on the bot lane. 2 deaths already, 67 creeps to his name. The game is not so good for him. 2 deaths, but there's always a late game to bounce back into, provided Syllabear is not strong enough. Tiny actually gets the SK and tosses him back to Invoker. Good toss there. Uses his haste, is waiting for the cooldowns to get over. He's again going here. He wants to go on someone.
Is under attack.
He's probably on the hunt. They know that he's got haste, so they've retreated back safely. And he bottles up the illusion rune again. Now he's going back into the place. There's a TP coming in. Will he spot that? He does spot that. A stun toss eliminates Rubik instantly as he pops off. Tornado comes in from Invoker. EMP follow up. And it's impaled by Sand King, actually gets all of them. And he goes the other way and goes up the slope here. Great game here. Hex is used on Zoom and he dies in no time by Tiny Avalanche. Tidehunter falls to the Anti-Mage here. Anti-Mage has come and gank here, participating in the gank here, but it's too late, I believe. Again we see a Tiny being disconnected. Tidehunter has died to the Mage here, and it's a 1-3 trade again, a 12-for-2. StrawHatz again leading this game, and in this case they do have sufficient late game hitting power in terms of Tiny and Syllabear, and great pushing power in terms of Shadow Shaman.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Mage is being
middle tower is under attack.
Transported his broadsword through the courier. It's coming to him as we speak. Meanwhile, Syllabear continues to farm the Ancients here. 43 creep stats on that, and 77 on the Anti-Mage versus the Tiny, who's on 60, but still in terms of deaths, it's Anti-Mage who's actually behind. He's just managed to get 1 kill to offset that, but Tiny's leading with 4 kills, 1 death and 1 assist. And the collective way, it's actually the Syllabear who's actually doing very good here. 45 creep stats, 1 kill, 0 deaths and 1 assist. He's farming those neutrals like no problem. Now we see a 4-man smoke up, and they're going towards bot here. They want this Tiny. He's used his phase here, and they land on him. EMP Tornado, and a Gale lands perfectly well. Sand King initiates and is tossed midway into his epicenter, and we have another hero who's focused down in the form of Venomancer here by Shadow Shaman, who comes in here. Sand King manages to impale out of there fairly quickly. 13 for 3, 1 for 1 trade going on there. The StrawHatz would do anything to support. That's the kind of team play that is shown by really good teams here. Balancing the game, getting 1 for 1 trades, getting the balance out. That's what the aim should be at. Obviously, having the advantage first is the aim. Blink in and Hex on the Invoker. Split Earth and a Ravage being followed up. An Anchor Smash, perfect. In the middle of all heroes, actually gets them. And Tidehunter kills the Invoker. Shadow Shaman finishes off the Sand King. Again, an excellent gang there. This is seriously awesome gameplay that's happening here, that we're witnessing here. A quick dagger on the Shadow Shaman actually enabled them to do that. A quick blink and a Hex on the Invoker, disabling him from allowing him to pull off any of his spell combo. Right then and there, Tidehunter just walking in like a boss, just using that Ravage and getting that all moolah. Mage has finally finished his Battle Fury now with 94 creeps, one kill and 2 deaths, 94 last hits. He's certainly leading the pack, but in terms of kills, it is definitely the StrawHatz team that is leading the game here. A mid smoke again happening by StrawHatz. They've used these smokes so well, and they're doing it again. They're going up top the ramp. They're hunting for that anti-mage here. If spot, anti-mage would surely go down. With that Rasta Shackle and the blink, Rasta has just that sufficient amount of disables in his own right. They spot anti-mage. Anti-mage also realizes that something's not right. In fact, they get him. He's hexed now. It's focused him down, and he's shackled and burst down by all the heroes. Leshrac claiming that kill on the anti-mage. Amazing play here. That's exactly what the DMC needed to avoid here, and that's exactly what the StrawHatz needed. Again, a gush and split earth on Punk, but he had the haste rune that allowed him to get away from that. The game is again not looking very good for DMC. StrawHatz in a very dominating position. They've played really well. The team play that they've shown, the unorthodox laning, the seriously unorthodox picks that sometimes have worked for them and in some cases have worked for them and have not worked for them equally. It's just amazing to watch such a team rise and dominate the Dota scene. They're now facing with DMC. DMC are probably one of the oldest teams in the scene. They're definitely a really stable team who've stuck out through the tough times, through thick and thin. They've been here all along. They're one of the top teams in India for sure, and one of the most stable teams, I might add. Tidehunter already with the Perseverance farmed up. Invoker actually initiating on the Silver Bear, Cold Snap and Anti-Mage. They're trying to bring him down. He still has half his HP, but no mana. They've tried to hit all they could, but Anti-Mage is still chasing the Silver Bear. He's on low mana. He does not have a boot. Silver Bear has his boots. Anti-Mage is falling short of that. He does not have boots here. Void should clear him off, but no, it doesn't. One entangle away, and he's still trying to chase after that Silver Bear. He's still not getting that kill. Silver Bear is actually entangled Anti-Mage, and Anti-Mage is going to be the one to fall down. That is just insane what just happened there. Completely unexpected. Silver Bear just dodging and trying so hard to get out of there. Anti-Mage not really successful at trying to get that kill. Mobility is what he lacked there, and Silver Bear was just running away from him anyway he blinked.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, on the bot lane we have the creep wave is actually very close to the Dire. base, and Venomancer is actually farming on bot lane. Let's look at his items now. He has a headdress of rejuvenation and boots up. On the mid lane, we have a Tidehunter with a perseverance. Well, if he has a perseverance, he's obviously looking forward to go for the refresher orb before the dagger. Here, in this case at least. Let's see how much farm he really needs. Tiny is up to his Yasha now. He's not really gone ahead and completed that Drums of Endurance. Instead, he's gone ahead and completed that Yasha. That movement speed, attack speed bonus is just very good at this moment. A ping's coming out. The Radiant team are actually trying to get this anti-mage again. He has the boots now, he has a teleport scroll, although it's on 7-second cooldown, they won't make it that fast. But we have something happening here. Shadow Shaman on very low HP, cold snap goes down, 2 hits down, and Tiny jumps in with the avalanche toss, gets the invoker. Venomancer with his ultimate also being focused down. StrawHatz getting many kills here. 2 for 2 trade here. Leshrac and Shadow Shaman falling down, impaled from DMC. He's trying to evade this. Entangle on the right time here. 1 kill. The Radiance will kill him off. A key item missed here. The Radiance was missed here. We missed spotting that Radiance. He's at 78 last hits and he's got a Radiance 20 minutes into the game. Amazing item here. And that's what finally killed the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage actually picked up a haste rune. Activated the haste rune as we speak. Did he? How could he? Okay, he used it at the bottom side. And we have Tiny, who's again farming here. He's very close to his... I guess he's going for a Manta here. He's very close to an ultimate orb, should be on its way here. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage is busy farming the neutrals on the Radiant side. He's almost completed. He just has to buy his gloves of haste to complete that part, right? He'll be spotted by Tidehunter and blinks in really fast, leaving no neutral creeps for them to farm. He's now going towards the other camps. Tidehunter and Leshrac know that he's still going to be hopping and jumping throughout their jungle, farming all their neutral camps, but there's not much that they want to do against it. They choose to stay at mid and farm safely. Meanwhile at bot, Sand King, Venomancer, Invoker and Anti-Mage are farming really well. They're all in one lane, and top lane is basically, they've left the mid and top lane completely empty here. We have Rubik, who's actually farming the neutrals as we speak, with a bracer and 2 sentry wards, 2 observer wards, and a smoke and a boots in his tally. He's playing the pure support here. He's not even got his arcane boots up. 22 minutes of the game, 24, and I'm sorry we missed a lot of action here. 2 kills going down, Anti-Mage going down from Leshrac and Shadow Shaman picking off the Venomancer. Drums being completed first on the Tiny, and now he would probably proceed towards getting that Manta style up. They decide that it's the right time for them to go and hack away at Roshan for a bit.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But still, they're not enough sufficient power here. Tiny is the only one who's tanking here, and Tidehunter comes to his rescue now and has his refresher orb completed, which would mean he's actually used it. Oh no, he's actually lost the mana for it. And Invoker, using his EMP tornado, successfully scout them out of the Roshan pit. Now, and since they know that they've been spotted, they choose to leave, and they're going top now. Tiny picks up an invisibility rune. Let's see how he uses it. StrawHatz, the bear is already there, standing strong, taking all the creeps for himself, and he's already got his Hyperstone up as well. That's the thing about Syllabare. Once you have that Radiance, it's really not a big deal, and the road is not too long to get to a Hyperstone after that. Now they're going for the Roshan here. Now they finally decide to go for Roshan again here, and this time, although they should be getting that fairly easily since they have the Syllabare and the complete team that's there. Tidehunter is on top guarding them, and the Roshan is already down, and it goes down. Syllabare picks up the Aegis of Immortal, and they're going to be jumping in here now as soon as they find one hero. Tornado's going down, EMP as well. They drain that mana out of the Tidehunter. Getting a Ravage 225 here, plus the 375 here. And then another 225. Well, let's hope he has enough mana. I'm really not good at math at the moment. I can barely manage to talk. Math is a far deal away from that. Now we have the Invoker who's made his 4 staff before the drums of endurance. We've seen this happening a lot. People usually buy the Robe of Magi and the Bracer, and then actually, postpone buying the recipe and finishing it off. Instead, they choose to go for something more usable in the instant context. Tiny is actually sitting on 2,800, almost 3,000 gold here. Ogre Club being bought and a Yasha already on him. I expected a Manta to be made, but he's probably going for that Scepter now. Now that I think of it. Meanwhile, we have Leshrak who has got his BKB up. How does he get that farm? He's only got 13 creeps. 13 creeps and 4 kills, 9 assists, and he successfully manages to make that BKB in 25 minutes. Well, it's okay because they've actually got all the towers for themselves, and all the lanes have been cleared out. It's just the base that remains now. On the Radiant side, they have that mid lane completely intact. In fact, the mid tower is almost at full HP. It's only the top lane that has suffered severe losses, and the bot lane with one tower. Even the bot lane is actually has all the towers intact and alive. Great gameplay there. Let's take a look at the XP difference here. It's climbing steadily in favor of the Radiant team at plus 5,000, and in terms of gold difference, it has all. It's the similar story. It's a Ken going on top. The numbers are so similar. It's all above plus 5,000 here. And in terms of last hits and denies, it's Anti-Mage leading the pack with 180 compared to the 140 that the Lone Root has been hitting. In terms of hero level, it is definitely the Syllabare who's been farming the Ancients, the Neutrals all the time alone, and who's been getting the maximum amount of HP here. We see them forming a camp around the bot lane here. They want to get in, they want to get this done, but they do not have an exact opening here. And we actually see the Tiny actually just walking in like a boss, avalanche and toss there. Quick impale by Sand King. A boss that comes right in between the Ravage. The Ravage has just been popped up. There's an exact 150-second cooldown that I can see. The animation has been done. A Ravage is coming and it's on its way here. A refresher would actually see them actually getting a double Ravage here. The Rubik actually has a chance to steal the skill since he's not exactly in the range. He has a chance to actually avoid it. Venomancer would definitely not be hit by it, but the Invoker would most likely be hit by the Ravage right now. And Rubik still has a small chance to probably escape this Ravage here. Leshrak is closely following up. Tiny with the Avalanche Toss combo already done. He's going to right click down anyone who comes here. Now there's the Shadow Shaman who's already used both of his spells. Both of his spells are on cooldown except the Shackle now. The Shackle could go on anyone. The game has been paused at such an intense moment that the StrawHatz are just making their move towards the tower. The Syllabare does not give a damn about what's going to happen between the teams. He just wants to whack away the tower. He just wants to get the mega done. He just wants to finish and get done with this game. Meanwhile, the Radiant team, they have already lost Sand King, so it's a 4v4 come down, and the game is being unpaused here. And we have a Ravage and the Wall Trap being laid here. And the Ravage was it stolen? Yes, it indeed has been stolen. A Fate Bolt, and Rubik pops his Ravage as well, although not really making much of a difference. A buyback by Sand King, and he dies again. Tidehunter just kills Venomancer again with the second Ravage again after using his refresher, and they kill down almost everyone. Leshrac just spawning the Rubik again. GG, well played is the call by StrawHatz.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
After the call that was made by DMC. Great Dota action here. GG, well played.
Middle tower
Other calls coming out from everyone here. The bottom racks have fallen. It seems that the teams, well, let's see what's happening here. We knew this happened already one time, that the GG well played call was just for the lulz, I guess. Nothing was actually to be made out of it.
Middle tower is under
The
attack.
29-9, that difference is way too much. StrawHatz have shown such an aggressive game. They've been so powerful throughout the game. I've been hearing so much about them. They were actually the team who managed to pick up a Pudge in one of the games and actually did well with it. Now, let's see how long this game is going to last. How long does DMC want to defend this? The mage is actually trying really hard to farm. He's got his Battle Fury, a Yasha, and almost done with his Manta after another 600 gold, perhaps. Tiny has something flying to him. It's most probably the Aghanim Scepter that has been completed. Yes, he indeed has his Scepter. This is the key item for Tiny now. This is what makes him a late game carry. He's become a carry from a ganker now. Now they're going for the final mid push here. They've already mega at the bot lane here, and EMP Tornado going out here. Syllabare does not care, he's just hacking away the tower. They cannot do much to stop him, although they lift the bear up and they stop one of them from fighting here. Tiny initiates with the Blink Avalanche toss combo, and SK is shackled. Leshrac going after all of them, BKB being poked up, the ultimate and the Diabolic Edict. They've been focusing down Leshrac now. BKB is just wearing off, and Tidehunter with his Ravage and a double. He does not have enough mana for a double Ravage, falls down. Mage is focusing down on the Shadow Shaman now, and now on the bear. He gets him as well. Mage trying to retreat back here. StrawHatz, Shadow Shaman finally gets the Mage easily. Tiny actually there. Sunstrike coming in, and Shadow Shaman just lives. Tidehunter bought back into the game. And they've got their mid barracks as well. StrawHatz has shown amazing game throughout the tournament. They've been consistent, they've been aggressive, they've made some mistakes. The first game they picked up a Syllabare along with the Juggernaut in a similar combo. They've gone ahead, they've only replaced the Juggernaut here with the Tiny, and the support has been changed to Shadow Shaman. That is what has worked their way. That has worked extremely well for them here. We see a TP coming out on the wagon here. Tiny coming in here. Already has his Boots of Travels and has bought. And he's been tossed, and an awesome Ravage and a Gush and an Anchor Smash, eliminating the Sand King out of the equation. Now they focus down on the Tiny, and he does fall down to the tower. In fact, the assists being on the other players of the DMC team. GG, well played is the call. The DMC team has finally given up. They're disconnecting from the game. That this is the match for the 3rd and 4th place, guys. And it has been won by StrawHatz, who've shown an extremely awesome gameplay throughout the tournament. They've been the ones who picked up the Pudge in one of the games that we'd get to see soon enough. And they've again been the ones who picked up Tiny, a Syllabare combo. They've almost got 3 melee heroes here, and they've yet managed to pull this off. Amazing game. Big props to them. Awesome game here. A well-deserved 3rd position to StrawHatz here. They're the Hyderabad champs, and they've won this game deservingly well. GG, well played. Great game, guys. DMC has been an exceptional performer. A game to watch would obviously be the 2nd game of the DMC versus Oblique Gaming, although I've been told there are many other games that have been really awesome in this whole tournament. I feel really proud to be a part of the Indian Dota scene. The games and the quality of the games, the entertaining value of the games has been top-notch throughout this tournament. Let's hope we can get the replays out and the casts out as soon as we can. We've already been casting a lot here. And thanks to Alienware, our sponsors for this tournament, Dell Computers, Microsoft Windows 8, the operating system of our choice, and Lord Not Productions for having me here. I'm Croc, and this was the 3rd and 4th place game here. And thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'm really sorry if I missed anything, which was indeed a lot of stuff.